Whenever I build Lego, I quite often do this. I'll have like a TV program that I've already seen before in the background, just for like background noise. Um, I don't know, I find it just really like a nice background noise to have. Whenever I got my first big set, which was the Hogwarts castle, I was around the same time that Friends had came onto Netflix. So yeah, I just like had that playing constantly, which was nice. But yeah, so now I'm thinking of having Frasier in the background. But I'm also recording this as well, so I think I'll avoid watching for a while, just for a bit. But yeah, I decided to build this Lego today because I'm off today. It is a public holiday. It's either a public holiday or a bank holiday, I'm not sure. I work for a bank, so I get them all. And yeah, so I decided to build the Lego today. I've already filmed what this is. It's a lighthouse, and I think it comes with a battery because I think like you could power it up so that the light actually turns on at the top, which is pretty cool. Like I say, I usually build Harry Potter Lego, so this is like a bit new for me. But yeah, just like it looked pretty amazing when I seen it, and I was like, oh, I want to get this. It's been sitting in my apartment. Well, actually, it was sitting in my previous apartment, and then we moved, and it's been sitting here as well for a long time. So yeah, so I decided today would be the day. I felt like doing something a bit more, I don't know, creative, so a bit more hands-on. So yeah, so there is someone in a boat. Ta-da! The blue big bit. So this is obviously to represent the sea, and this is where the lighthouse and everything else will be sitting. This will be a bit crazy because I need to actually position things correctly at the very first instance, otherwise it might be slightly to the left, slightly to the right. So yeah, let's see. I forgot to include the cat in the boat. The cat stays in the boat with its owner. I don't actually know how cats would like being in a boat, but this cat does. I think if I was a cat, I would not want to be in a rowboat. So yeah, I decided to record this video just because I think it's really nice to watch people do things sometimes. By the way, I make no apologies for doing this without a t-shirt on. I'm quite warm and I am not modest in the slightest. So I bought a house years ago, and I was living by myself. This was before COVID, and yeah, I really liked having Lego to do, just because it really takes your mind off a lot of like things. I'm an overthinker. I would say I'm an overthinker by genetics. It's a family trait. And so having something like this to do, especially when you work a job that is so mental, and then whenever you come home to an empty house and it's quite quiet, it's just nice to have something physical like this to do. Obviously you can go out as well, that's perfectly possible as well, but sometimes the weather isn't so great, the nights are dark, and you don't actually really want to go out either. It's easier just to pull out some Lego. I must confess though, once I build the Lego and have it sitting, I do often struggle with it because it's not like a normal ornament. It's not actually an ornament at all. It's so much fun to build, and then once it's done you're like, oh okay, now I have this other thing to sit somewhere. And don't get me wrong, I love when it's done and I love putting it somewhere and just looking at it occasionally, but I do struggle because I like to try and be as minimalist as possible, not necessarily out of like a massive minimalist conviction or anything, but because I've moved so many times, like not far, but even just like moving within a city, just packing everything up and doing all that just becomes like an extra stress that I don't want in my life. And so the less I have to move, the better. And obviously with Lego, whenever you move it, if you drop it, which I have done, that can be quite disastrous. You really don't want to drop it. It can just be a bit of extra stress, especially on a windy day. Windy days are not good for moving Lego. I think we're quite blessed right now because there is so much choice with Lego. You know, with all the different theme sets, like not only like Harry Potter, but like also Lord of the Rings, Marvel, Disney, Star Wars sets. I have so many like adult friends who just love Lego. And I remember even a few years ago there was a politician from the UK. He was talking about something, and I think the host asked him something about his wife, and he was like, "My wife is very like adamant, please stop buying Lego," because I think their house was coming down with it, which I can understand. I've never actually dismantled Lego. Never dismantled a set, despite dropping one or two and having the dismantling done for me. The funnest thing about Lego is the building, definitely. Looking at it afterwards in all of its glory is awesome as well. Seeing other people look at it for the first time when they come to your house, awesome. But again, for me, the pure joy of the Lego is in the building. I remember when the Lego movie was coming out, I was very excited. I think I was too excited. Sadly, it did not live up to expectations. But that's okay. That happens sometimes. So it wasn't terrible. It had a great song. Everything is awesome. But sadly, that was the best part of the movie for me. So, I remember when I was building Lego when I was living by myself, I really considered it a stress reliever. Just because, again, living by myself was a bit, I felt a bit isolated sometimes, and it was just nice to have something else to focus on. So yeah, I think I'll finish like this bag for today, and then I'll have like this set up, and then that'll be a good progress. So we're almost done with this bag. I got a few pieces left. So yeah, this is like the base of the lighthouse, I forgot what it was called. This is the base of the lighthouse. It kind of looks like the inside of a computer chip. So it's probably really hard to see as well, I don't know. But yeah, so this is the base. So this took me, the timer says 41 minutes. This took me 41 minutes, just building and stuff, but it was really relaxing. It just really looked fun to do. I'm on page 50 of 230 of book 1. There's 2 books. I'm excited. I'm very excited. Thanks for watching. I hope this video turns out well and that you've enjoyed spending this time with me. Bye.